Hello everyone and welcome to European Piano Technique Mastery course for beginners. In this video we will be learning our E major scale for the very first time with separate hands only. So, E major scale has 4 sharps in it, which are F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, then D sharp. So you always have to know your sharps in the scale before you start to learn it. So always visualize those sharps in this order: F sharp, C sharp, G sharp and D sharp there. And another quite an easy way to think about sharps when you have more than 4 sharps is actually what is not sharp in the scale, if it makes sense to you. So that means in E major we will have E natural, A natural and B natural, and everything else is sharp. So E is natural, F is sharp, G is sharp, A is natural, B is natural, C sharp, D sharp, then E is natural. So those are your notes, and those are your, natural notes and sharp. So you can think you have E natural, A natural and B natural, the rest is sharp, or you can also think F sharp, C sharp, G sharp and D sharp. Better to know both, but whichever way you choose, it will work as long as you do your sharps correctly. So now first we will be doing our cluster work and group the notes with right hand. So we will do E, F sharp and G sharp as one cluster, and then A, B, C sharp and D sharp as second cluster, like that. So we will prepare 3 fingers on E, F sharp, G sharp and play them together like that. So group them as one thought, 3 notes as one thought, like that. Then A, B, C sharp and D sharp, like that, and fingers 1, 2, 3, 4 and right on those, and 1, 2, 3 on E, F sharp, G sharp, then 1, 2, 3, 4 on A, B, C sharp and D sharp there, and then we do one more octave same way, E, F sharp, G sharp, then A, B, C sharp and D sharp, and then fifths on the top at the end there, so up to E on the top. Then we do it again only way up, so you prepare the notes, 3 notes there, play the cluster, 4 notes there, play the cluster, 3 notes there, play the cluster, 4 notes there, actually 5 notes at the top, and play the cluster. And then I'll name the notes again, so E, F sharp, G sharp, 1 cluster, 1, 2, 3, then A, B, C sharp, D sharp, then 1, 2, 3, 4 cluster, then 1, 2, 3 again, E, F sharp, G sharp, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 on A, B, C sharp and D sharp, and on top we do an E as well, and then play them a few times, prepare, play, prepare the play, prepare, play and prepare, play, like that, until you know all your groups very well. So do this as like a first step, because then you know your landscape of the scale very, very well. Then after you know how to go to the right, then you can go back to the left side, which is down on the piano. So we will go 5 notes on top, 3 notes, 4 notes, then 3 notes. So 5 notes on top are A, B, C sharp, D sharp and E, then E, F sharp, G sharp, then A, B, C sharp, D sharp, and then E, F sharp and G sharp there going down. So then we'll do down just by cluster, prepare, play, prepare, play, prepare, play, prepare, play. And as you can see, the beginning of each new cluster is when the first finger in right hand plays the white key. That's the beginning of new position. You usually cluster the notes by positions of your hand. So you play first 3 notes without shifting your hand, and when you have to shift, that's the start of your cluster. So your first finger starts on A there, then first finger starts on E there, and then first finger starts on A there on top. So after you've done that, then you can play each cluster little bit by one note, which is E, F sharp, G sharp, 1, 2, 3, like that. Just practice them a few times. Then A, B, C sharp and D sharp cluster, also one by one, like that. See? And fingers 1 on A, 2 on B, 3 on C sharp, 4 on G sharp, and then 1 on E again on top, then F sharp 2, G sharp 3, then 1 on A, 2 on B, 3 on C sharp, 4 on D sharp, and then 5 on top E. And then you can do it a few times like that, then like that, just like that you group them, and then 5. And once you reach the top, you can go down by the clusters as well. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like that, E, D sharp, C sharp, B, then A, then 3, 2, 1, on G sharp, F sharp, E, then 4, 3, 2, 1 on D sharp, C sharp, B, then A, and then 3, 2, 1 on last cluster, G sharp, F sharp, then E. Then you go down like that slowly. Then next cluster, C, like this, and then next C, one by one, then it will go into the scale like continuous. So after this step, the cluster work, we are going to do the notes continuously going up and going down. So when you're going continuously, you have to always make sure you prepare your fingers well in advance, as I always talk in all the scales video that I'm doing. So that means, look, when you play E on finger 1 there, then when you play E, you already prepare F sharp and G sharp on those fingers 2 and 3 there, see? So when you play finger 2 on F sharp, 1 is already moving underneath and above G, see there? Then when you play G sharp with finger 3, then 1 is already above A. Then when you play A, fingers 2, 3, 4 already prepare on B, C sharp and D sharp. Then when you play finger 2 on the B, 1 will already go on the on note C. It's not playing the note C, just preparing on the note like above the note C, it's better to say so. Then when you play C sharp, 1 is already above D, and when you play D sharp, 1 is already above E. See there? And then when you play E, then you're already preparing 2 and 3 quickly on F sharp and G sharp. Then when you play F sharp, again 1 above G. Then when you play G sharp with 3, 1 is above A. Okay, so then when you play 1 on A, 2, 3, 4, already prepare on B, C sharp and D sharp in advance. Then you play 2 on B, 1 is already above C there. Then on C sharp with finger 3, 1 is above D. And when you play D sharp, 1 is above E if you were to continue going up. But if you don't go up, we just do 2 octaves, so at the last position you just can play like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the last cluster, but don't prepare the one under. Okay, so you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 stays here, so you don't have to prepare anymore, because we're just going to do 2 notes today, 2 octaves I mean today. But if you were to continue with next octave, then you'll have to prepare, and then so it can continue all the way up. Okay, so now if you go a little bit more without stops, it will look something like this. See, you prepare in advance, see, slowly, then always move 1, then go back, same, see. So when we're going back on the first cluster, we have 5 on E, 4 on D sharp, 3 on C sharp, then 2 on B, 1 on A. Then once we play 1 on A, then 3 and 2 already quickly, see, prepare on G sharp and F sharp in advance. So as soon as you play 1 on your A, already place those 3 and 2 on F sharp and G sharp or above them. So then when you play G sharp, already move 1 above F, and then on F sharp move 1 above E there. So once you play 1 on E, then fingers 4, 3, 2, prepare on D sharp, C sharp and B. So then when you play D sharp, then 1 is already above C. Then on C sharp, when you play 3 on C sharp, 1 is above B. And then when you play 2 on B, 1 is already above A. See there? So you go like that. Sometimes it can go quicker to A, but if you go really fast, see, it has to go like this to the left, this way, gradually. Don't jump too quick, because then it will create like kind of like jumpy scales with 1, so it's better to move it gradually. So once it's left the E, you move it to the A slowly. Okay, so that means very slow-mo, it will look something like that. So D sharp, when you play D sharp with finger 4, 1 is above C, then C sharp, 1 is above B, and on B 1 is above A already, it's prepared there in advance. So once we play 1 on A, then 3 and 2 prepare on G sharp and F sharp, and then once we play G sharp, 1 is above F there, on F sharp 1 is above E. And then we finish. Okay, and then continuously it will look like this, up and down, slowly. See, you prepare your 1 early, and then you go back. See, always preparing in advance, like that. Okay, so then you can just practice going up a few times like that. Always make sure you lift your fingers a bit, so fingers take the keys actively. So you just play going up a few times. It's a good idea just to do that couple of times, then you're familiar with that. Then once you're consistent, then you just practice going down, okay? From top, always ready, always active fingers, like that, and all prepared, okay? So just remember your pivot points there. It's all to do with positions as well. You have, when you're going up, you have 1 on E and 1 on A, 1 on E, then 1 on A. Then all the other fingers that go in a row, like 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on top. And when you're going down, just remember 3 on G sharp and 4 on D sharp there. So we go down, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 3 on G sharp, then 4 on D sharp, and then 3 on G sharp again. So that's where most students will make mistakes. Sometimes they'll start the scale and do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 on B, and then it will be all offset with positions. So correct fingering for E major is always 1 on E, 1 on A in right hand, and going back accordingly. It's 4 on D sharp and 3 on G sharp. And you remember those fingers, because that's where the positions change, and that's where you actually have to do the finger shift, okay? That's the most important, like, turning points of the scale, so to speak. So this will be all with right hand, okay? You just practice it until you know how to go up consistently without mistakes, and down, then up and down slowly without mistakes. You can go even very slow like that. Remember, always touch the keys with soft parts, as I always say, you know, with those cushioned parts and loose wrist, high wrist, very relaxed, very easy touch, not forceful, not tense. Always make sure after touching the keys you always relax your hand and never keep on forcing or pressing and tensing the hand continuously. So always you relax between notes. See, very loose and effortless like that. And then see, fingers lift little bit, like they touch the key with the soft parts, and then they go back. See, but fingers are quite active on the tips, and immediately relax after touching the keys, okay? So this will go for the right hand. Just practice that, do the cluster work before, and you'll be well on your way with your E major scale, okay? So now we're going to do the left hand as well. So the clusters in left hand are a little bit different. So left starts with 5 on E, then 4 on F sharp, 3 on G sharp, 2 on A, 1 on B there. That's the first cluster in left hand. So E, F sharp, G sharp, A and B with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 fingers accordingly, okay? So then second cluster is 3, 2, 1 on C sharp, D sharp and E there. So we play first two clusters. So E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E there. Then next we move on to F sharp, G sharp, A and B with 4, 3, 2, 1 there, and 3, 2, 1 on C sharp, D sharp, E there. And then we play it a few times. So first cluster, then second cluster, then third cluster and fourth cluster, which are the same as the first two, but just without E in the second octave with there with the finger 5. So again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 5 on E, like 4 on F sharp, 3 on G sharp, 2 on A, 1 on B, then 3 on C sharp, 2 on D sharp, 1 on E, then 4 on F sharp, 3 on G sharp, 2 on B, 2 on A min, and 1 on B there, and then 3 on C sharp, 2 on D sharp, and 1 on E finally. So then we do the cluster slowly again, just going up like that. See, you always prepared all the 5 notes, like think about them as one thing, not like 5 notes like E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B. That's too long. You put your fingers there as one thing, like the cluster 1. Let's play that, okay? Then 3, 2, 1 on C sharp, D sharp, E. Quickly, cluster 2, play together. See, then next cluster together, then next cluster together. And then you play those clusters going up few times until you are fluent with that. Always make sure all the fingers above the keys before you play those keys. Then when you go back, we do clusters but reverse them same way. So 1, 2, 3 goes on E, D sharp, C sharp, 1 on E there, then 1 goes to B, then 2 on A, 3 on G sharp, 4 on F sharp there. So that's the second cluster. Then third cluster is exactly same as the first on the top octave there. So then 1 on E again, 2 on D sharp, 3 on C sharp there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on B, A, G sharp, F sharp, and E there finally. So then we do all the clusters going down with good preparation, see? Then you practice them down a few times. Then we go up like that, see, preparing, preparing, then go back down, see, and there. And when you go, you know, playing your clusters up and down, you can just use a bit more weight of the wrist to play those notes, as opposed to just, you know, getting the fingers, taking them too much. So just relax your hand and play like that. Prepare, visualize the clusters in advance like that. So once you know how to do that, that's your cluster work complete. Okay, so now we will be practicing every cluster just one note by one note. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on E, F sharp, G sharp, A, then B, and again. See, like each cluster you practice few times. See, fingers lift and they take the keys actively. Especially it's important with the fifth finger, so always make sure the fifth takes the note, because sometimes people just play fifths, you know, like that, because it's the start of scale. They just play it like just by hand tilt, and finger stays very usually weak and lazy on the pinky there. So you make sure when you play 5 you actively take the key. You can watch my other videos about the exercises, how to wake up your fingers, how to develop them, but always use the right technique. So take the key with the finger action, a little bit at least the finger is active. Especially it's important with the tip there, so tip is taken there, not too much that way, but just in front there, under with the cushioned part. Okay, so it's good touch and sensitive touch. So now we go again. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's first cluster on E, F sharp, G sharp, A and B. Then second cluster on 3, 2, 1 on C sharp, D sharp, and then E. See there? And then you can play a few times that second cluster as well. Then third cluster we move up. Again, F sharp, G sharp, A and B with 4, 3, 2, 1. Then 3, 2, 1 on C sharp, D sharp and E. So then you do that few times, one cluster, then you can stop a bit and move to next cluster, then 3, 2, 1, then next cluster again, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then very last cluster for today there, so 3, 2, 1, see? Then once you know how to play that few times, without mistakes on each cluster, you imagine them, you play them one by one well, then you go down same way, so 1, 2, 3 on E, D sharp, C sharp. Again, you can do a few times, see, and take fingers actively like that. Then 1 goes to B, then 2 on A, 3 on G sharp, 4 on F sharp. So that's the second cluster there, like that, see? And then 1 again on E, 2 on D sharp, 3 on C sharp, there. And you play that few times as well, like that. And then finally 1 on B again, and 2 on A, 3 on G sharp, 4 on F sharp, then 5 on E. So remember your 5, it lifts a bit. See, it's taking the key, not just sometimes people play at the end, they just roll off the hand and finger is always like undeveloped and lazy that way. So when you finish the scale, you have to make sure, because when you go fast later, see, if you want to do that, the fingers should be active. Like if you go quick on this scale, they should work, you know, you can't just roll it, you know, if you roll it, it's not gonna be as crisp, it's not gonna be as responsive, so you have to make sure the fingers are actually working. Okay, so always remember, you take your fifths, especially I'm talking about fifths today, because that's why students usually, when they finish the scales, they just play like that, and then later they wonder why they can't play scale fast, because the most difficult part in the scale in right hand, for example, is to finish it quick and go back. So like see that place, let's follow later. I'm just telling you why it's important. So if you don't take it with the fifths enough, it will always be quite lazy and not gonna let you go fast later on. Okay, so start early, start developing fingers through independence as early as possible. So just make sure you lift that fifth a bit. So now, so once we've done those clusters up and down, then we are ready to do continuously going up and continuously going down. So now we're going all the left hand, see? 5 on E, 4 on F sharp, 3 on G sharp, 2 on A. Then what happens when you play 1 on B? We immediately prepare 3 and 2 on C sharp and D sharp. Better to say above those notes. So then when we play 3, 1 is already preparing above D, and when we play 2 on D sharp there, 1 is above E, see? Then when we play E, quickly we prepare 4 on F sharp, 3 on G sharp, 2 on A there. And then when we play F sharp, already 1 is above G. See, on 3, 1 is above A there, and on 2, when we play 2 on A there, 1 is above B. See, like that, so we go, see, slowly there, then, see, like that, so we go again, there, prepared, prepared, see, like that. See, like that. Sometimes it looks like it's quickly going to be, but see, that way. So you always need to make sure your finger is ready in advance there. So now again, see, here on A, on B. Then when we play B, 3 and 2 already prepare as before on C sharp and D sharp there. So on C sharp 1 is above D there, on D sharp 1 is above E already. So ready in advance, see, there. Like that. See, so always make sure, always emphasize it a lot, because that's very important to do it with early preparation. So again, slower, it goes like this, see, then prepare those 3, 2, then prepare 1, then prepare those 3, see, prepare 1, 1, there, then 2, then there, see, that way. So then you play that few times until you are fluent with good early preparation on all fingers, see, like that. Like that, see? That way you will know how to play it quick with good preparation without any delay, because sometimes people don't prepare in time and then they have like kind of jumpy scales, uneven scales, as opposed to you just go, see, like that, even and all prepared. So now, that was way up. Now, once you know how to play way up evenly that way, see? All prepared, all very like even sound and even rhythm, then you're ready to go back. So when you go back, you just reverse the preparation on the like reverse order. So when we play 1, we already prepared 2 and 3 on C sharp, D sharp. So then when we play 2 on D sharp, 1 is above C there already. So 1 C here on D sharp, it goes above C there. When we play C sharp, 1 is above B. See, like that, and you can tilt your wrist a little bit sideways to facilitate the preparation that way. So you see, you go there, then there. See, then when we play 1, 2, 3, 4, quickly prepare on A, G sharp and F sharp there. Then when we play A, 1 is already above G. See, on G sharp 1 above F, on F sharp 1 above E there. See, and you tilt your hand a bit, so you open up the position for the 1 to go there early. So you go, see here, there, then there. So fast it will look, see here, so before you play E, 1 should already be there. So when you're already playing F sharp, it should already be there. So see, it's ready there. Then you can go slow, see, it looks like that. There, see, 1. Then when we play 1, 2 and 3 quickly prepare on D sharp and C sharp. Then when we play C sharp, D sharp, 1 goes above D. Then when we play C sharp, 1 goes already above B there. Or even you can do better on D sharp, you prepare it closer to C there. On C sharp, you prepare on the B there. So then when we play B, 2, 3, 4 prepare on A, G sharp, F sharp there. So then on 2, 1 goes above G. On 3, on G sharp, 1 goes above F. And then on F sharp, 1 goes above E. That's if you have to continue going more down, like more octaves. But for now, we will just go, see, just this way, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, without any moving of the thumb, because that's our end today, because we only do 2 octaves for now. So like that, at the end you don't need to prepare that thumb, but always remember, if you need to continue to the next octaves, you would need to prepare that in advance. So then all of it will look like that. 2, 3 there. See, prepare, prepare, prepare. There, see, always early preparation, see. And then at the end, thumb stays on the B. Then after you know how to play just going down without mistakes, just only left hand, then you can go up slowly like that with good preparation still, see. And then, see, at the end, then you go back straight away, see. Then turn, prepare, prepare. Like that, and always feel how you take the keys like nicely, not punch them, not push them, not, you know, very tips, but very soft parts there. So then you can go, see, then you can go faster later, and it's easy. It feels like the fingers, like they kind of caress the keys, see, like that. So you make fingers a little bit more extended in advance, in front, in advance, and always touch them from soft parts there. It's like you kind of touch the cushion sort of, or pillow or the cat. You know, I say to all the students, imagine when you touch the keyboard, you like touch something soft, something very smooth, not like you get a bunch of rocks in your hand, you know, so it's not as good for the touch. So then, see, that way it just feel very fluid, very smooth, like your scale flows, see, naturally. Wrist very relaxed always. After each key is pressed, immediately relax, see, there, like that. and then practice that up and down a few times. Just go through every bit of video. I've spoken about quite a few things, and make sure you start your separate hands with cluster work, and then remember you just do clusters by notes, and then all continues with very early preparation in advance, as I explained. So now in left hand you have to focus on the fingers, on the changes of positions. On C sharp you have 3, and then on F sharp you have 4. That's when you go up. That's where most students will miss, you know. Sometimes they'll play 4 on C sharp or 3 on F sharp, and then they're gonna get it wrong. So it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in left, 3 on C sharp, then 2, 1, then 4, 3, 2, 1, then 3, 2, 1. Okay, so main pivot points are to think about, to focus, is when you shift the positions. That's the 3 on C sharp there, 4 on F sharp there, then 3 on C sharp on top. And when we go down, you just focus on 1 on E, 1 on B, 1 on E, and 1 on B in left hand. So then you know where your ones are, and all the other fingers, they just go in a row like that. See, like that. So those are really important things to think about, so you get your finger in right. Always make sure you get right patterns in your scale, so you learn it right from the get-go, because if you get used to wrong habits, it's very hard to change later. It takes sometimes, I don't know, up to 5 to 10 times more time to change the wrong habit rather than to learn some new habit from the scratch. Okay, so yes, that will be all for this video. Practice separate hands until you get them fluent up and down very slowly. You can go even much slower. Watch this video in details. I spoke about quite a few things, but if you do it this way, you will see your E major will get really good foundations from the very start. Don't try both hands until you know how to do separate hands, and I'll release the next video soon about both hands of the E major. That's where we're gonna go in details on how to learn the E major with both hands. So this will be all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.